A long, long time ago, when cities were just beginning to rise and human life was simple, pure, and peaceful, in a distant land of Persia, there was a small village known as Yasminabad, surrounded by green valleys, flowing springs, and most importantly, kind and honest people. It felt as if the mercy of Allah was gently falling upon every corner of that village. In this very village lived a man named Abdul Rahman, a simple cloth merchant. He was not wealthy, nor was he a great businessman, but he had a small shop where he sold fabrics brought from Egypt and Syria. His home was made of mud, simple, yet clean and peaceful. His life was ordinary, but there was one thing that made him truly special: his generosity. Abdul Rahman believed that wealth is a trust from Allah, and it is the duty of every believer to give to those in need. His wife, Amara, was just as kind and patient, always supporting him in his good deeds. Before every Friday prayer, Abdul Rahman would set aside a portion of his earnings. Then quietly, without letting anyone know, he would help the poor. Sometimes he would leave a sack of flour at a widow's door, sometimes food or clothes for an orphan child, and on his face there was always a peaceful glow. But one year, a terrible drought struck the village. The sky seemed to forget how to rain. The land dried, crops failed, and even the wells began to run dry. Hunger spread, and people began to suffer. And in such times, who would buy clothes? Abdul Rahman's business began to fall apart. One day, his wife spoke with worry. "Our savings are running out. Maybe we should stop giving charity for now." Abdul Rahman smiled softly, though concern filled his eyes. "This is a test," he said gently. "If we stop giving in the path of Allah now, then how can we expect His blessings? As long as we have even one piece of bread, half of it belongs to the one who has nothing." Tears filled Amara's eyes, not from fear, but from pride. Days passed, and their condition grew harder. Many nights, they had nothing but dry bread and water. Yet, they slept with gratitude, thanking Allah. Some people in the village thought he was foolish. One day, his neighbor asked, "If you give everything away, what will you have left?" Abdul Rahman replied calmly, "What I keep will stay here, but what I give for the sake of Allah, that is my true wealth." Time went on, and the situation worsened. One night, there was nothing left to eat. His children cried in hunger. Seeing this, his heart broke. He stood in prayer, fell into prostration, and wept. "Oh my Lord, you know everything. I gave only for your sake. Today, my children are hungry. Please help me." When he finished, a strange peace filled his heart. And then, a knock on the door. He opened it and saw a stranger with 2 men and camels loaded with goods. "I have come from Baghdad," the man said. "Our leader saw you in a dream and sent this for you." He handed him a bag filled with gold coins, and the camels were loaded with food and supplies. Tears rolled down Abdul Rahman's face. Just moments ago, he had made a dua, and now it was answered in a way he never imagined. The next day, he gave everything away. He kept only what was necessary. He paid off debts, helped widows, and restored the village well. Slowly, the village began to change. Hope returned, and life began to bloom again. But not everyone was happy. A wealthy man named Qasim burned with jealousy. He plotted and falsely accused Abdul Rahman before the king. Soon, soldiers arrived, and Abdul Rahman was arrested, chained. He was taken away. Yet, there was no anger on his face, only patience and trust in Allah. Even in prison, he comforted others, shared his food, and spoke of hope. One day, the jailer's son fell gravely ill, with no cure. In desperation, the father came to Abdul Rahman. "Pray for my son," he begged. Abdul Rahman said gently, "My Lord is not just mine. He is the Lord of all. Ask him sincerely, and he will respond." He raised his hands and prayed, and by the will of Allah, the child was healed. Soon, the truth came to light. The king realized his mistake. Abdul Rahman was freed, honored, and offered a high position, but he refused and returned to his simple life. And his story teaches us, whoever gives sincerely in the path of Allah will never be abandoned. Trials will come, hardships will come, but with patience and faith, the ending is always beautiful, because true charity is never lost. It returns in ways we could never imagine. And if this story touched your heart, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more powerful Islamic stories that inspire faith, hope, and kindness.